What's up everybody, AnimeX here, and in this video I'll be doing a part 5 to the What If Naruto is an MHA series. So far you guys seem to be demolishing all the like goals that I have set for you guys within one day, and at most one and a half days, but we're gonna see who breaks first, me or you guys. Haven't slept in a while, so let's see who breaks. So it is time to up the ante just a little bit. 200 likes in part 6 comes out immediately. It's time that we test the limits of your Bower here. But just like always, I'll be recapping the last part, then jumping right into the video. And I'll leave a link to the earlier vids so you can check those out if you missed them. But it's time to jump right into it. And so, without further ado, let's get started. Now, in the last part of this What If, we see Midoriya and Naruto take a full victory against Bakugo and Todoroki in their kind of villain versus hero exercise. You also get a hint of Naruto's QB Bower leaking out a little bit, just kind of towards the end of the video. But the exact last part that we left off was with the young heroes heading towards USJ, and then they get jumped by the League of Villains, and that's where we will start this What If. Now, like I said, we are back into the What If with USJ being attacked, and Midoriya and Naruto are unfortunately separated. Naruto is sent to the fighter region of USA, not the fighter, the fire region of USJ, and Midoriya is sent to where he is in the original on the boat in the middle of the water area. Midoriya and Naruto are essentially simultaneously mopping the floor with the villains that are attacking them, since they are just merely lackeys, and they're not really that powerful, you know? This is especially true for Naruto because Midoriya has to fight people like that with the water advantage. But nonetheless, Midoriya is able to kind of just a couple of shots of full cowl finger flicks, and it pretty much destroys all of his enemy. Naruto makes 20 shadow clones, and they all spread out, completely bodying all of the rookie villains in front of him. And this means that Naruto and Midoriya are able to find each other in the main area much faster than they are in the original. This also means that Aizawa Sensei has started mowing down through the wave of villains, and hasn't really shown any signs of fatigue yet, since they're getting there much earlier than they would have in the original. Midoriya knows that Aizawa specializes in short 1v1 skirmishes, though, meaning that he has a huge disadvantage fighting this large mob. Naruto then picks up on this fact and that he's tiring out, and at this point Naruto makes 50 shadow clones to counteract the large mob of villains, which at this point is child's play for him, right? And they all start rushing the villains and start mollywopping them, meaning that Aizawa gets a break from fighting, and he can now focus all of his Bower on fighting Shigaraki and the Nomu in front of him. And with that, Aizawa launches himself at Shigaraki, ready to deactivate his quirk at a moment's notice. And then, as soon as Shigaraki makes a move, Aizawa deactivates his quirk and then launches his bind cloth at Shigaraki, and it wraps around him successfully. And then, right before Aizawa can pull him towards him and knock him out, Nomu comes out of nowhere and hits Aizawa with a solid punch to the ribs that sends him flying into the ground with an explosion of dirt. This draws the attention of Naruto and Midoriya, who are done with the villain lackeys at this point, and they both see Nomu rushing towards their teacher at full speed, ready to completely crush him. And with this, they see the Nomu cock his arm back with a full, huge punch to the face, and they watch in horror as it brings down his fist and Aizawa just stops moving. This sends both Naruto and Midoriya flying into a rage, forcing them to bring out the latent Bower inside of them. Naruto yells out in pure rage, and in a mere instant his eyes go slit-like and he sprouts 3 tails instantly. Midoriya yells out, and his rage pushes his body to the absolute limit. His veins start popping out. He grits his teeth so hard that they start cracking. He squeezes his hands so hard that they start bleeding, and his hair even starts flowing up just from the combined energy output that they are, giving out. And then Midoriya yells out, "One for all, full cowl, 10%. His rage allowed his bodies to harness the Bower of 10%, one for all, and it also allowed him to basically negate the pain of, using more Bower than he actually should be able to. And with that, both Naruto and Midoriya launch themselves at the Nomu. No strategy, no thought of a plan. The only thought in their mind is to save their teacher and destroy the Nomu. And with that, they both basically attack, and they both hit the Nomu in the stomach. And this is actually strong enough to shove the Nomu back just a bit, though. After that, the Nomu tries to hit them back, and they disappear right above it, hit it with another strike, and with a full Bower punch to the head. This actually knocks the Nomu's head down just a little bit, though. Naruto and Midoriya at this point are both nearing their physical limits, with Midoriya's bones literally creaking under full cowl strain, and Naruto's body burning from the QB's Bower. But nonetheless, they both know they need to bring out more strength to kill this thing, as they are blitzing around, hitting it. It's not really even doing anything. They both think, at the same time, further. The single word further, and then simultaneously Midoriya jumps back, completely ignoring all of his pain, and forces himself to output 20% of one for all, and moves. And Naruto then sprouts the 4th tail, and as they barrage the Nomu with hits and keep disappearing, able to completely dodge all of its counterattacks, they both jump back, and at the same time, Naruto then launches a Bijou Bomb laser, and Midoriya launches a 100% full cowl, 100% flick, and when this connects, the Nomu staggers. Shigaraki sees this and knows that they need to be stopped, and seeing an opportunity to kill them, he rushes at them at full speed while they're launching moves at the Nomu, and as his fingers are about to close around both of them, both Bakugo and Todoroki come through and save them. Todoroki makes an ice barrier that between them, and Bakugo blows Shigaraki away, keeping him safe. Todoroki and Bakugo are now basically playing keep away with Shigaraki, making sure that he can't get to Naruto and Midoriya, who are focused on taking on the Nomu. After this, Midoriya and Naruto get back to barraging the Nomu, and after thousands of hits, it falls back. Yes, I said that right. Thousands. They are barraging this with full speed, thousands upon thousands of times, just in order to do damage to the Nomu. Now, after this, it falls back a little bit, and this makes Midoriya drop his guard ever so slightly. Then the Nomu launches a punch that Midoriya can't dodge due to him, being a little bit tired and him being off guard. But mere seconds before this happened, all four of Naruto's tails catch the blow, although it causes severe strain from doing this since he was able to completely negate the Nomu's strength and stop it right before it hit Midoriya. And then, Naruto slaps the Nomu away with his tail, seemingly beating the Nomu finally. After this, Midoriya's One For All deactivates and he falls to his knees, barely able to breathe, and Naruto falls as well. And to everyone's horror, half of Naruto's body is actually peeling off like part of his skin due to the intensity of transforming to the Four Tails. The two young heroes look at each other and have a mutual nod as if to say they did it, but then a shockwave is felt, and everyone sees the Nomu attacking. But attacking the two, but no one is fast enough to react. Especially not Midoriya and Naruto in their state. And then, just on time, All Might bursts into USJ, ready to help, and easily catches the Nobu's blow, which is now severely weakened, which is why he's able to catch it so casually. And then, with one punch at beyond 100% strength, All Might sends the Nomu flying into the stratosphere, never to be seen again. Now, All Might was able to do this due to it being weakened, since it basically got barraged by Naruto and Midoriya, going well beyond their limits, so the Nomu was much weaker than it was in the original, when fighting All Might, I should say. After that, All Might's to go to see how Midoriya, Naruto, and Aizawa Sensei are. He sees that Aizawa actually survived with minimal injury because before Nomu crushed his head, he used a cloth to redirect the attack to narrowly miss his head, meaning that he just created a large fist in the ground, but Aizawa did pass out just from the strain of fighting so much, basically. He did also pass out from the injuries to his ribs. Midoriya has major fractures all over his body, although nothing is cleanly broken, and Naruto's already healed a majority of the damage, but is still severely burned in some areas. After a few days pass, and Naruto and Midoriya get time to wake up in the hospital from recovery, with Naruto being completely wrapped up in bandages with some medicine for his burns, although Naruto is being basically completely healed. Midoriya has 4 casts on all of his limbs, although nothing is completely broken, it's only damaged to a great extent. Now, while in the hospital, All Might comes to visit them, and congratulate them on their heroism in being able to fend off a Nomu, just long enough for him to get there. After that, All Might leaves, tells them to heal up, and tells them to get a bunch of rest, because they're basically not allowed to leave the hospital until they're cleared. Right after that, the door closes, Naruto and Midoriya sit up, and they both shake themselves up a little bit. Now, Naruto has been healed since the first day of the injury, and Midoriya healed rather quickly, although he doesn't know why. After this, Naruto makes 2 clones act as doubles for them, and Midoriya and Naruto go off to train because whatever power they achieved in that fight needs to be regained by them immediately, especially with the UA Yike Taikso coming up. And so, with the goal in mind, Naruto starts explaining how Midoriya did what he did. Then, as they're heading out of the window, Naruto then jumps out and says they're going to learn how to use the gates and burst through their limits to go plus ultra. And that, everybody, is where I'm going to leave part 5 to this What If Naruto was in MHA off. Overall, I think this is a pretty hype what if a rather cool hypothetical fight. Like I said earlier, you guys are monsters, but I think this like goal will slow you guys down, if not stop you completely. 200 likes, and part 6 comes out immediately after I see that 200 like. But I don't think you guys can muster the power to do this, but I guess we'll have to see. If you enjoyed the video and haven't already done so, consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you don't miss out on more Naruto X MHA content. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always guys, this is Anime X, signing off.